As you know, cell هي the building block or basic unit of all living organisms. And each cell has a lifespan. When its time is over, it will die. And if all the cells die, then the organism also will die, leading to extinction. In order to avoid this, we have some mechanisms which enables the cell to be replaced by another cell, and these we call them cellular divisions. Cellular divisions are of two types, mitosis and meiosis. But before talking about mitosis or meiosis, we have a very important phase which we are going to talk about in this video, which is interphase. This phase should be before either mitosis or meiosis. Without this phase, we cannot do mitosis or meiosis. In order to know what is interphase, what its role, and how can we draw the cell during interphase, continue with me in this video. We will start with activity to interface, a preparatory phase for cell division. It's for grade 9, 11, يعني back one scientific, and grade 12. And also for every student who is studying biology. What is interface? It is between two successive divisions. What do we mean by this? For example, I have a cell, and this cell needs to be divided. For example, it will make mitosis. Mitosis result with two cells. We'll talk about mitosis later. Okay, this cell, before doing mitosis, it should enter in the interphase. Once it finished interphase, it makes mitosis or meiosis. Once it finishes mitosis, it should go again, the cell's result should go again into interphase before going into another mitosis. يعني simply interphase, mitosis or meiosis, interphase, mitosis or meiosis, etc. So as a result, interphase, look, it is between two successive divisions. Division number 1, division number 2. Let's continue. It prepares the cell for cell division. This is the structure of the cell during interphase. Look, we have the cell membrane, as usual. Here we have cytoplasm, the space, okay? And here I have the nucleus, nuclear membrane, okay? And inside the nucleus, we have DNA, but in the form of chromatin. And we have a region inside the nucleus called the nucleolus. Also, in the cytoplasm, we have something we call centrosome. If you want to draw centrosome, you should draw it like this. It's like cylinder, okay? And you draw them perpendicularly to each other. What does happen during this phase? During this phase, genetic information, we mean by them DNA, is duplicated. What does this mean? A chromosome made up of one chromatid is duplicated into a chromosome made up of two chromatids. So as simple as this. In this phase, the most important thing happening is that the chromosome made up of one chromatid will transform into chromosome made up of two chromatids. This is the duplication of DNA. It was 1, it becomes 2. Okay? Here, in the interphase, we have one chromosome with one chromatid. Once the interphase is done, there will be chromosome made up of two chromatids. A prophase, we will talk about it in the upcoming videos. Okay, and this is also, we call it DNA replication. The word replication is important for grades back 1 and grade 12 LS. Okay, so this is replication actually. It's copying of the DNA. So it was one chromatid, it becomes two chromatids. Interphase, okay, it is divided into subphases. يعني smaller phases. There are 3 subphases. First one, G1 grows one phase. Second one, S phase, or we call it synthesis phase. And actually, in this phase, we have duplication of DNA. يعني in this phase, the one chromatid becomes two chromatids. And finally, we have G2 grows to phase. Okay, so we talked about this. We said that one chromatid becomes two chromatids, duplication of DNA. Good. But what about G1 and G2? Actually, in this phase, the cell becomes bigger in size. All the organelles inside the cell, the cell, it has a nucleus. And also we have some organelles inside of it, as mitochondria, as Golgi body, etc. And these organelles will increase in size and in number because we are going to divide the cell. And in order to divide the cell, I need the original cell to be big and to have a lot of organelles. Okay? So in S phase, genetic information is duplicated. So you can see here, G1 phase, the cell grows. S phase نعمل replication أو duplication of DNA. Then G2 phase كمان cell it continue growing. And finally, we go into the division, whether it is mitosis or meiosis. Finally, we will talk about a concept called cell cycle. Cell cycle, it is the interphase plus the cell division. And we said that cell division could be mitosis or meiosis. Okay? And the longest phase of the cell cycle, actually, it is the interphase. So we need a lot of time, or the major time is in the interphase to prepare the cell for cell division, to duplicate the DNA, and finally we make cell division. Look at this diagram. Actually, it shows you that interphase takes the biggest time in order to be done, and finally we make mitosis or meiosis, which is the cell division. It takes fewer or less time.